can come to you next about your thoughts around this issue. And I'm wondering, from your experience, if the perceptions and the misconceptions look different in different parts of the country as well. I'm thinking about the difference between the kind of urban experience in Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee, Aberdeen, compared to kind of more rural parts of the country. What are your thoughts around that?
Just unmute myself, Kevin. Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. In fact, while Rowena was speaking, I was thinking about the number of webinars where I've been speaking to head teachers across Scotland, and again that sort of geographical divide from the urban. And in fact, I was surprised at one session that I was doing, and some of the head teachers said, I asked them, why are you here? Why did you put yourself forward to attend the session? It was called Let's Talk About Race. And they were very honest, Kevin, in their remarks, and the majority of them were saying, we're here for tips. And I actually had to say, talking about racism and equity work knowing some tips aren't going to help much. But they also spoke about the challenges. So maybe that's something to say about their levels of racial literacy. And I know that a lot of the work that Melina and the sort of Building Racial Literacy Design Group have been working on that. But so again, that reminds me of perhaps that lack of language that they have to name and frame the issues if they're just looking for tips. And it's back to that point where Rowena saying that they're not seeing it from that systemic structural level. It's very much, what am I going to do as an individual? But they also spoke about the fear that they had, Kevin, that they would be willing to have conversations in their school with their leadership team and the wider staff team and the young people for that matter around race. But they were worried about the pushback they would get from their parents. And that was more from the rural schools. So it's almost all white communities thinking this is not something we need to be discussing because we've got no problem here. Right. And actually, it's those very communities that we do need to have those conversations. So